Yeah, we had a beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine. Maybe you're doing a little grilling this evening if you're not headed out to one of the fish fries. Temperatures nearly 30 degrees warmer at this moment than where we were 24 hours ago. 10 to 15 plus degrees warmer farther inland as well. Temperatures are going to turn on us as we get into the day tomorrow. Beautiful sunset with some cirrus clouds off to the west. That's all ahead of what's going to be a pretty potent frontal boundary that's going to drop in. Breezes will start to pick up overnight, and then Saturday, that's when the temperatures begin to drop and we have some snow that returns to the area. Things look a little more robust than they did 24 hours ago as far as the snow. I'll show you that. And then, of course, we're keeping an eye on next week's multiple storm systems. We'll see these high clouds increasing as we get into the overnight. Temperatures drop back into the mid 40s. That's where we will start our Saturday. So early morning high temperatures in the 40s, and then we'll slide into the 30s and hold. Look at the temperature difference from central Minnesota to northern Minnesota. 44 in Minneapolis, 15 right now in International Falls. That's the cold air that is sliding southward, and where the edge of that cold air sets up as we get into the latter part of the weekend, that begins to set the stage for next week's system. So this is a really important batch of cold air, and you can see how prolific it is. I mean, we're talking coast to coast in Canada. So once this drops in, it's probably not going to be moving out anytime soon. But when it does move, it's a really impressive thing that happens. All right, so first we have this cold front that's going to swirl through here. We've got this little batch of clouds, maybe a couple sprinkles that drive in tonight. But then tomorrow we'll have increase in clouds ahead of the Clipper. You can see where the Clipper track is expected to be based on the alerts. These are all winter weather advisories. So this is basically saying anywhere from 2 to 4 inches-ish of snow that's going to drive down through the Minneapolis area. And if we kind of take that trajectory a little farther to the southeast, you can see that kind of points at us. This storm system will keep some of its potency as it moves in. So that's why we're kind of thinking things could get a little tricky tomorrow evening. Maybe a sprinkle tonight, temps in the 30s. Then tomorrow, the 40s early will be in the 30s most of the day. We'll call it partly cloudy, and it'll be a little bit breezy, especially tonight. You can see our wind gusts 35 plus miles per hour. That south wind turns north. That's when the chilly air arrives. Here's your National Designer hour by hour forecast. I'm going to clip through this rather quickly because we could see these partly cloudy skies this evening. Our sprinkle chance passing through. We start tomorrow with a mix of clouds and sunshine and temperatures in the upper 30s. It's going to be cool. We'll cool into the low 30s along the lakeshore. We're going to make it into the low 40s farther to the south midday. Clouds increasing for the afternoon, and now look at the evening snow chances that begin to pick up. Temperatures right around the freezing mark, so this should have some good fluff factor to it. We'll continue to have the snow across the area for much of the evening into the overnight. So if you have evening plans, count on at least some snow falling. That could restrict visibility. That may also end up putting down a light coating. Right now, I'm thinking about an inch. I'm still not so excited about the 2 to 3 inch idea, but it's a possibility based on how quickly this thing is moving, though. I think we should be able to mitigate that somewhat. So we'll say maybe an inch, maybe 2. We'll kind of see where things go from there. Here's your Union Home Mortgage forecast, and not only keeping an eye on that temperature drop, which drives us into the 20s for Sunday, but look at the turnaround next week. As we warm up, we have this slim window now Tuesday morning for an icy mix. It looks like it's a shorter window, which is good, but then things warm up. 50s and 60s, albeit with a little bit of rain. I think we can handle it.